Welcome to New Hampshire's Business. I'm Fred Coker. I'm going to put some items up on the screen and see if any of them are of interest to you. These are bills in the legislature, or topics: opioid, heroin, fentanyl plan and the issues surrounding them. The natural gas pipeline in southern New Hampshire and the Northern Pass hydroelectric line in the northern part of the state. Medicaid expansion, will it continue? And then these, limits on expense deductions in business, net metering of electricity, and temporary workers' rights. With me to talk about these is David Jouvet, Senior Vice President of the Business and Industry Association of New Hampshire. Welcome.
Thank you, Fred. Always nice to be here.
Let's go right down the list, because you follow these things every day. The opioid, heroin, fentanyl plan that legislature's come up with, where is that?
Well, most of the legislation, which was a result of the special session last fall that set up a commission looking at this issue, has passed. It was, in legislative terms, it was fast-tracked. It got through both the House and Senate and to the governor's desk very quickly. There are some lingering bills dealing with how do we provide better drug education in our public schools that are close to passing. There's Senate and House versions, and they need to iron out the differences. But it's a huge issue, and one that occupied even the attention of presidential candidates when they were here.
That's true. And one of the key items in the bills that passed was a drug court. Is that right?
Yes, setting up a drug court, but also, very importantly, increasing the penalties for fentanyl, which in some ways has been even more damaging than heroin use, if you can imagine that.
Yeah, right. Natural gas pipeline and Northern Pass, the two key energy pieces of legislation in this session. Let's talk about each one quickly.
Well, they're very controversial projects, first of all, as
opposition.
most of your viewers already know. The Kinder Morgan pipeline, natural gas pipeline in the southern part of the state, and then Northern Pass, which is designed to bring hydroelectric electricity into the state. They're both in various processes in terms of getting the siting location done and getting the proper approvals, but there's a number of bills that are designed to either slow down the approval process or bring it to a complete halt.
Right. I know that Milford, the town of Milford, and about 20 or 21 other communities are intervening with FERC, the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, to try to stop it.
There's no question that it's very controversial, and the opposition is very well organized. On the other hand, New Hampshire is paying the highest electricity rates in the country, and most people point to lack of energy infrastructure as being a prime reason.
And with Northern Pass, about 150 petitions at last count to the Hampshire Site Evaluation Committee. Now, Medicaid expansion, where is that? It looks like it's going well.
Somewhat. I mean, it's still early. It's still early. The expansion bill passed 2 years ago. It was designed to sunset at the end of this year by design. About 43,000 New Hampshire residents are a part of the program, and for the first time receiving health insurance. So in some ways the program has gone extraordinarily well. There is a cost associated with it, and that's what's being hammered out in the House right now. The House has given preliminary approval, but the House Finance Committee is taking a closer look.
The importance to businesses are the transfer of the costs over to business premiums, right?
Right. Those people that were previously uninsured were still getting health care. It was usually in the emergency room, which is the most expensive, and those costs were transferred primarily to the business community in the form of higher premiums.
Now, there's a bill on limits on expense deductions. This would be for management of businesses, right?
Yeah, this is it's called a 179 deduction. It's a part of the federal tax deduction for businesses on the purchase of capital equipment. New Hampshire has a similar deduction in the state, but it is capped at $25,000, which is extraordinarily low. By example, the federal cap is $500,000.
Wow.
So there's two bills, a House bill and a Senate bill. Both are trying to raise the level of the cap.
Net metering electricity. Net metering when you have some like solar energy, and you generate more than you use, and you can sell it back to the grid.
Right. If you're a solar customer, either residential or commercial, and you have solar cells that are giving you electricity, there are times where you have more than you need.
Right.
Net metering allows you to sell it back to the utilities.
And the bill would raise a cap, right?
It raises the cap. The utilities are required to purchase this power up to their percentage of the cap. We're hitting that 50 megawatt cap now, so the bills would raise it to 100 megawatts.
And real quick, temporary workers' rights. These are temporary workers. A bigger employment industry in New Hampshire has grown into a major industry employing employing thousands of people. But what would this bill do?
Well, there's a number of bills dealing with temporary worker rights. Some are worse than others. The one that's being worked on in the Senate now probably has some value. I think there's some tweaks that it needs before it passes, but it's really designed to give temporary workers some of the same protections that full-time employees have.
Okay. Thanks for all of that, David Juve. Now, I'm going to turn quickly to put a graphic up on the screen. This is the New Hampshire Forum on the Future coming up this Monday at St. Anselm College. Headwinds facing the New Hampshire real estate with the Masiello Group, New Hampshire Housing, Applied Economic Research, and the Department of Resources and Economic Development. You can pay at the door. Anyhow, thank you, David Juve, Senior Vice President of the Business Industry Association of New Hampshire.